y'all, it's Hannah, and welcome back to my channel, or hi, hello, if you're new here, hi, hello, and welcome. My name is Hannah. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out me and my YouTube channel for today's video. I'm really excited because I'm going to be doing a beautiful springtime, easy, wearable look. So get out your makeup, get out your makeup brushes, and let's go ahead and get right on into this easy spring look. Alright, so I have both of my Jaclyn Hill palettes right here from Morphe. So I have volume 2, and then I have her original palette that we are going to use as well. So this is just the original palette. I'm pretty sure you are very familiar with these two palettes if you're very familiar with Jaclyn Hill on YouTube, and if you're very familiar with Morphe in general. So I'm going to go into my Jaclyn Hill volume 2 palette first. I don't know if I'm going to use the Jaclyn Hill original, but I do know that I want to use the volume 2 for this tutorial today. So I'm going to take the shade Love Handles. Love Handles is just a basic neutral eye color, nothing spectacular. I'm going to take it onto this cheek shadow brush. And what I'm going to do with this shadow is just run this into the crease. Nothing special, nothing spectacular. This is just going to be my basic crease color. I kind of know what I want to do, but I kind of don't know how I want to do it and how it's going to turn out today. So we're really just winging the eye look here today. We're just kind of just taking it slow and just winging it as we go along. I love Jaclyn Hill, and I loved her spring makeup tutorial look. So I kind of thought that I would do a spring look myself using her volume 2 palette, because she does have a point in her tutorial. Everybody, looks at that palette and thinks that it's a very colorful palette, and it is, but you can get a very beautiful neutral look out of the palette. What I'm going to do is take the shade Positivity. I love the meaning of that. It's just really pretty, and I'm going to be taking it onto the e.l.f. eye contour brush, and I'm going to be applying this shadow to the outer half of the lid / crease area. I know, shocking, we're not going to do a halo eye today. I'm sure most of you at home probably are watching this video thinking, oh my gosh, we're not doing a halo eye. And nope, we're not. We're not doing a halo eye today. I am forcing myself to do something very, very simple and very easy. So what I like to do is just stamp this shadow onto where I want it, and then I'll kind of go in a circular motion and just blend it into the other shadow in the crease. So that way everything just looks nice and cohesive together. I just really love doing my eye makeup. I think that doing my eyeshadow is probably the most relaxing part for me, personally, for my makeup routine. I just really enjoy it. I find it really relaxing and calming to just sit here and blend out my eyeshadow and just take my time creating eye looks. You don't always have to do something super bold and super crazy and creative every day to get a really pretty eye look. You can do something very simple like I am doing right here and still get a really pretty look. Taking the shade I'm in it, it's just a really pretty, it's almost like a duochrome kind of sort of. It looks like it's going to be like a basic white shadow, but then when the light hits it, it's got like really pretty iridescence of pink and purple. It's just a really pretty color. So I'm going to place that onto the lid where we don't already have shadow with this black shader brush from Amazon. Now I'm just going to curl my eyelashes before we do our mascara. But we're pretty much done with the eyes. I know that was 3 shadows that I used. I know some people are probably like, OMG. But honestly, I mean, that's a pretty easy, achievable look with just 3 shadows. So I'm just going to quickly curl my lashes, and then we'll move on to mascara. So I just kind of wanted to keep things very, very simple for y'all today. I know some of you probably out there are not very skilled and makeup, and that's okay, because guess what? Neither am I. Like, I'm just here, trying new things and learning things with you all too. Yes, I love makeup, and yes, I've learned a lot of tips and stuff along the way, but for the most part, nobody's really super skilled, just so you know, okay? Like, just keep that in mind, alright? Like, everybody is just learning and, grasping new things. Nobody is super perfect at anything in this world. So, if you have that mentality, that's not really a good mentality to have. You need to have a mentality of, yes, I like makeup, yes, I'm good at makeup, but I'm not the greatest. And you need to have that mentality about everything in life. You don't need to go on through life thinking that you're better at something when you aren't. Nobody is better at anything in life. Everybody is just vibing and getting through and, trying their best. So, I'm going to go into the e.l.f. Lash It Loud Volumizing Mascara. I tried this in Saturday's video, and, yeah. That's all I have to say. I tried this in Saturday's video. I didn't realize, though, in Saturday's video, and I don't know how I didn't notice this, there is little spikes, like, at the top of the mascara. So, this is almost giving me, the wand is, like, giving me Their Real vibes. If you've ever used the Their Real mascara from Benefit. I about said Maybelline, but I was like, nope, it's Benefit. But, I'll be real, it doesn't really give you much volume at all. It mostly just lengthens and just makes your lashes extremely black. Yeah, there's like no volume there, like at all. So, I'll use this mascara and I'll use it for when I'm like today when I'm just wearing false lashes. But I think for the most part, I'm gonna stick to my Essence Lash Princess mascara because, yeah, that gives me a lot more volume than this does. This doesn't really give me a lot of volume. It's not a horrible mascara, but it's not for me. It's just not something personally that I'm vibing with, but hey, if you like it, good for you, Everybody has a preference in this world, and everybody has a liking in this world. I've personally grown to love volume thanks to the Lash Princess mascara from Essence. By the way, too, you have to clean off this wand because it gets like weird little clumpy things on it. So like you have to clean the wand off on the tip of the tube. It's just, yeah, I don't know why they market this like a volumizing mascara when it's clearly not volumizing at all. It's just lengthens and that's about that. That's all it really does. It doesn't really give you any boom volume. It just kind of gives you like, ooh, look at me, I'm nice and long. But anyway, we're gonna move on, and now I'm gonna do lashes. I wanted something just really wispy and natural, so I'm gonna go into the Profusion. These are the iconic 3D Fox Mink lashes in the style Oh Darling. To my bro, he brought me back some waffle fries from Chick-fil-A, and I love waffle fries, and I love Chick-fil-A, so I am a very happy girl right now. So we're gonna step in and we're gonna do a primer. I always do this step off camera, but a lot of y'all ask me in tutorials and like the comment section, like, what primer do you use? What primer do you use? I use the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. I use this because of Michaela. No, I'm not even going to try to pronounce her last name. Over on TikTok, I use this because of her. I love her. I love her TikToks. I think she's very, very talented. If you want a drugstore dupe, the e.l.f. Mint Melt, the Mint Cooling Primer. Literally the exact same thing. I've also heard that the Watermelon Jelly Primer is the same thing as well. But I personally have only tried the e.l.f. Mint one. I can't say that about the watermelon one, but I can say that about the mint one. e.l.f. complexion sponge. I'm going to go into my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. I'm still trying to use this up, and it's going to be expiring here in a couple of weeks, so I really need to get to using this up, so I'm just going to be applying this to my face. So, listen, I can't stop using this concealer, okay? I know I've used this in like a couple of tutorials in a row, and I'm really sorry, but this is my favorite concealer. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. I am in the shade Eggshell. This is so good. One of my cousins got me hooked on this concealer, and I just freaking love it. I just love it. I can't stop using it. So I'm going to put a little bit of this underneath my eyes. So I'm going to do a little bit right here, a little bit right here, a little bit right here, here. Might need to dig out some more. I keep saying this, but I'm really almost out of this concealer. I'm going to do a little bit on the top of my forehead and on my chin. Now I'm going to take my L'Oreal, this is the Hydra Perfect Powder. This is just in the shade 19916. I don't know why I said 19. It's 916 translucent. This smells, it kind of has a similar scent a little bit to the Airspun powder, but it doesn't, it's not as strong, I guess you could say. Like, it's like a little hint of a old lady perfume smell, but it's not as strong as the Airspun powder. I can't use the Airspun powder. It actually triggers an asthma attack for me. This doesn't trigger an attack, and this powder is a very fine powder. Like, it's a very thin powder. This powder really is good for baking, but it does an okay job at setting the under eye. But if you really want like a good outcome from the powder, bake with this powder. I'm going to use the e.l.f. highlight brush to just set my under eye in place with. And you're probably thinking like, well, Hannah, why in the world are you setting your under eye with it if you said it does an okay job? Well, I'll tell you. It does a really good job at brightening the under eye, because this particular shade has kind of like a yellow tint to it. So it does a really good job at just brightening up the under eye. You can't, maybe you can tell a difference, I don't know, but I definitely can tell a difference in person. This eye just looks more bright, and then this eye just kind of looks a little, not dull, but it just doesn't look bright. So that's why I like to use this powder. But I mean, you can use whatever powder you like to use at home. I'm just using what I had available to me, like most people should do. I mean, I'm all about being flexible. I'm all about, you know, using what you have and not going overboard and being super wasteful and just buying a bunch of products. I'm definitely all for using what you have. So I'm going to set the center of my forehead because I don't feel like going back over there and getting a different powder, and it'll be fine. It won't be noticeable. So now we're going to move on to the lower lash line area. Now I'm going to be going into my white LA Colors eyeliner pencil. This is my favorite eyeliner pencil. It's just very smooth, very creamy, glides into the waterline like a dream. So I'm just going to pop this baby right into the waterline, and we're going to get started with the rest of the lower lash line. Now, I know some of you at home probably are thinking that this eye look doesn't look very springy, but in person it's actually very bright and it's very bold, and it's bold enough that like you can wear it every day and it's not going to be like super like out there. I wanted something that was still kind of, you know, wearable. I do have a spring pastel. I got tons of pastel looks coming at y'all's way really soon. But one in particular that I am so excited about is I'm going to be doing a Peeps inspired look. I actually hate Peeps, but I think that they're really cute. Like, the colors of them are really cute. I just hate Peeps because I hate marshmallows. Like, it's just a texture thing for me. I can't vibe with marshmallows. I can't even eat s'mores. Like, I detest marshmallows that bad. So what we're going to do with this palette is now we're going to go into the shade Positivity. And we're just going to smudge her along the lower lash line area. I'm going to use a different brush today for my lower lash line. I'm going to use this small precision brush from e.l.f. I've never in my entire makeup tutorials, I don't think I've ever used this brush for the lower lash. I've always just used the little angled brush, but I want to try something different, just kind of see how this performs, I guess you could say. And I actually like the way that this performs a lot better. I kind of noticed in my last tutorial that sometimes that one brush that I used, the little angle brush, sometimes it just gets really sloppy and it gets really down here. And this is a lot easier to control. So, yeah, I think I'm going to start using this from now on for my little lower lash shadow situation. Sometimes I'll forget to do shadow down here. Like, I used to be really, really bad about that. But now, I literally cannot do my eyeshadow and not do my lower lash line. Like, it just feels like a crime. I can't believe there used to be a time in my life where I did not take the time to do this. Like, what? Because it just really makes your look pop, and it just really makes your look more put together. I like how I said that, look more put together. Like, ooh, okay. My grammar is on point today. Alright, so I'm going to dust that off, and I'm going to move this original Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going to take the shade Light, which is just the light color right here on the first row. I'm going to take that onto this little detailed brush. I think this is actually a lip brush. And I'm just going to be applying this to the inner corner to highlight and just kind of make everything look a little bit more put together, if you will. So I'm just going to use this as the inner corner highlight. And oh my goodness, that is absolutely beautiful. I love this palette. I used to use this palette all the time, and I had to force myself to stop using it so much because I needed to use my other palettes, and I was really just kind of like ignoring and not using my other palettes because I wanted to always use that palette. But now I'm like, you know what? You need to dig her back out. You need to get that thing back out. She needs to have her moment. She deserves to have her shiny spot in your makeup collection and in your makeup looks. So that part is done. Now we're going to move on and we're going to do lower lash mascara. But first I'm going to dust this little brush off. And where did I put the mascara? So I'm going to go back into the e.l.f. mascara. Of course, it's dirty because it's got powder all over it. I get powder literally everywhere. I want to know if any of you do that too at home. Like, whenever I do my makeup, I'm always getting powder, like, just everywhere. Like, it never fails. I actually like this mascara, though, on my lower lashes because it is a lengthening mascara, so it makes my lashes really long, which I've talked about this before. My lower lashes are freakishly really long. They've always been longer than my upper lashes. It's like really weird. When I was a little girl, people used to think that I would wear mascara that's on my lower lashes, and I was like, why would I do that? Like, I mean, I was little, like, I'm talking little, like, probably like 5 or 6 years old. And I mean, I had common sense enough to know that you also put mascara like on your top lashes, because I was always, you know, like watching other people do their makeup, like other people in my life. But yeah, that used to be a joyous time in my life, that people used to think that I would get into my mom's mascara, that I would only do my lower lashes. People also used to think too that I used to do blush, which that actually I did used to get into. I did used to get into her blush a lot. But the whole lash thing, that was kind of funny. But anyway, moving on. Alrighty, that is done. Now I get to do the rest of the face. Guilty that y'all didn't get to see me apply this product in Saturday's video. So I thought I would use it today in today's tutorial and just kind of talk about it some more. This is the Fenty Beauty. This is one of her matchsticks, and this is in the shade Cinnamon. And this is just kind of like a cream bronzer. but in a stick form. Now, it does look metallic in the packaging, and when you swatch it, it does look like it's going to be metallic. However, once you get it blended out onto your skin, it doesn't look metallic, and it gives you a very beautiful bronze. So, let's go ahead and apply this to the face. So, I'm just going to do it right along in here. Now, this is why I didn't powder the rest of my face, because I didn't want to cause any of my products to break up, because you can, I mean, some people say you can do this. I don't think you should. Personally, in my opinion, I don't think you should ever put a cream product over a powder, because it will cause everything to break up and to separate and to not blend out properly. So that is something I feel like you personally just should not do. So I'm going to twist this back up. Now, this is a miniature version of her shade sticks, but I mean, she sells the full size. And the cool thing about them too is that they're magnetic. This one's not, but her full size ones are magnetic, so you can actually connect them and kind of like make your own little custom stick. So she has the bronzer stick, she's got highlighters, and then she's got like something else too that connects with it, but I forget. But anyway, I'm going to take my beauty sponge. I'm just going to blend this out. I'm going to take it onto the side part right here, and I'm just going to lightly beat and drag this product to get this blended out. And it does kind of take you a minute to get it blended out, but once you do, as you can probably see, it does give your skin just a nice little bronze. And what you're going to do is you're going to blend until you no longer see a harsh line. And once you no longer see the harsh line, then you're going to move on and you're going to blend out something else. So I'm going to do the top up here. The top is a little bit hard for me to do sometimes, but I do it. I get the job done. The reason it's hard for me is because it's kind of hard for me to hold the mirror and to see all the way up there what I am blending out. But again, I get to the job done, or at least I try to. I really like these shade sticks. I think she did a really good job on them. I know that I'm a little late to the game on trying them, but I definitely think that if you have the money, that you would like these too. They're very creamy. As you can tell, they're very easy to blend out. They take very little effort to blend out. They're very quick and easy products to use. You don't really have to think about them. You can easily bring these along in your bag to touch up with. I gotta be honest with you. I don't know the longevity of these on their own, because I layer a powder bronzer on top of these. Just because, as you can kind of tell, it does give you a bronze, but it gives you kind of like a natural bronze. And for full day glam looks, I like a more full-on bronze, I guess you could say. I just really like my bronzer, so I typically layer a powder on over the top of it, but you don't have to do that. I just personally do it because it's something that I enjoy doing. Now I'm going to go into my Makeup Revolution. This is the Mega Bronzer in the shade 01 Cool. I really like this bronzer. It is a nice bronzer from Makeup Revolution. It's a big bronzer from Makeup Revolution, so you're definitely not going to run out of it anytime soon. I'm going to go into this with the Essence Bronzer brush. I particularly like this brush. I think it does a really good job at placing the bronzer where I want it, because of how the brush is shaped, because it's kind of like a, not a dome shaped, but it's kind of like flat at the top. So it just kind of makes it easier to apply that bronzer and get that bronzer blended out where you want it. So that is personally for me why I like this brush, but you can use whatever brush you like and have at home. I know I say that all the time, but I just don't want y'all to feel like pressured, like, oh, like I have to do this because Hannah's doing this a certain way. Like, no. Like, do you. Be original, you know? You don't have to do everything that I'm doing. You can totally just be you. It's fine, you know? I feel like some YouTubers, I'm not going to call out anybody, but I just feel like they are just so intimidating, if you will, with like how they present themselves on their videos, that it's just like they make you feel like you're doing your makeup wrong, and I don't want to make anybody feel like that. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, I want you to feel welcomed and happy and, you know, like, just enjoy yourself. Don't feel pressure in any way. Into my Pixi by Petra blush. This is in the shade Peach Parfait. It's a little funny that they call this Peach Parfait because I don't really feel like this is like a peachy blush. I feel like this is more on the mauve spectrum. I think it's a bit weird that they call this like Peach Parfait because you don't get any peach in here. I guess because maybe it's got like little flecks of gold shimmer in it. Maybe that's why they feel like this is called peach, but I don't see no peach in it, but that's just me. I'm going to take this onto this little blush brush that I got off of eBay. It's actually a really nice brush. It's really dense, so that's why I like it, and I've been placing my blush a little bit higher these days, like in this region, just because of that TikTok that I seen. Yes, I know. I talk about TikTok a lot because I spend a lot of time on TikTok. I really like TikTok. I also really like YouTube too. However, the actual makeup content here on YouTube has just been really lacking lately. And I've been getting most of my makeup content from TikTok. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. I mean, it kind of scares me a little bit. Like, is this community dying? Because, I mean, I love beauty YouTube. I love beauty videos. I love makeup tutorials, but I've just noticed, I mean, I have friends and stuff that I'm friends with that do makeup tutorials that I watch and everything and keep up with, but I'm meaning like all of like the old school beauty videos. Like, I kind of had hopes that maybe one day they would make a comeback, and they're just not, sadly. Like, it's just really sad, and it just makes me really worried. Like, is this industry disappearing? Because this is what I wanted to do, and I don't want to be in an industry that disappears, and, you know, and everybody thinks it's weird, but also in the same sense, too, like, I'm not here to get clout or to make millions of dollars. I'm just here to have fun, but I don't know, it just kind of makes me sad, like, the state of the beauty community and everything. I really hope that we can revive it, and I just hope that everybody can. Now I'm going to go into my favorite highlighter from Wet n Wild. This is the Mega Glow Blossom Glow highlighter. I really like this highlighter. I know a lot of people don't. I know that Becca Cosmetics, sadly, is going to be closing up shop in September. If you like the Becca highlighter formula, you'll also really enjoy the Wet n Wild formula because it's very similar. But the one thing that I will say is that they're not as breakable as the Becca highlight, because the Becca highlighters, I have Champagne Pop. Shocker, because it's Jaclyn Hill's highlighter that she did with them, and that one is completely shattered. The only reason I kept it is because it was Jaclyn Hill's highlighter that she did with them, but it just completely shattered. And I know a bunch of other people too that have a bunch of other highlights from them that have also shattered. And it's so weird because I didn't drop the highlighter. I was very, very careful with it, and it just shattered one day. I opened up the container and it was just completely shattered. So I'm going to use my cheek highlight brush to apply this product. So that formula is a soft cream-like formula, but it's still a powder, but it's not so soft that it's like completely just shatters and breaks on you at the drop of a hat. They don't have similar colors to the Becca highlight range. Their highlighters kind of range in different colors. Blossom Glow is a good highlighter if you're very, very fair / pale, but a lot of their other highlighters just really cater to medium or to deeper skin tones. This is like the only highlighter that they do have on their website and that they sell in store that actually is a good highlight for a really, really fair person. But the shade Precious Petals is like a beautiful golden shade that if you have a really good tan, that would look really gorgeous on you. There's another one that's like a coppery shade that one would be really pretty on like a deeper complexion. But I mean, trust me, okay, there's highlighters on there that you can find that will work for you. They're just not in similar tones or colors as the Becca highlighters. Last but surely not least is lips, and then we'll be done. So for lips, I'm going to use my MAC lipstick. This is in the shade of Blankety, and it's just a really nice, neutral, pink-toned lipstick. I think it'll go good with this eye look. I also had this one from LA Colors, but I want to use this one instead. Plus, it has a nice vanilla scent. I don't particularly like scents. A lot of scents I just don't like, but this I actually do because it's a very sweet scent. I'm just not into floral scents, and I'm not into overly saturated scents. This scent smells sweet, but it smells natural. It just smells like you just baked a cake, or you're like in a bakery or something like that. It just smells. Alrighty, y'all, so I really hope that you all did enjoy this video. I had a lot of fun creating this look. I like the eye look. I think it turned out really pretty. It is really simple, and I do think that it can be very, very springy. Now, you can totally wear this with a face mask as well. Maybe not to your lips, because lips is going to get everywhere inside of a face mask. I just did the lips because I'm not going anywhere, so I just wear the makeup because I generally just enjoy doing makeup. It's something that I'm very, very passionate about. But you can tweak this to however you want to at home. But I really do hope that you all did enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching this. Be sure to come back on Thursday because I will be having a new makeup tutorial then as well. And it will be a lot more colorful and very out there. But it's going to be a very fun tutorial, and I don't want to ruin it. But I actually think I pretty much just told y'all that it was going to be a peeps tutorial. I can't wait. I can't wait to do it. I want to go ahead and get that filmed and get that created because I'm just really excited about it. So we're going to go ahead and do the peeps tutorial on Thursday. So be sure to come back then and check that out. Also, too, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button while you're down there as well. And give this video a big thumbs up. It helps me out a lot because I have a goal of wanting to get 15,000 subscribers by the summertime. So be sure to hit that subscribe while you're down there as well to help me out with that because I want to get 15,000 subscribers. You can also give me a follow over on my social media handles as well. It's a great way to keep up with me. It's a great way to keep tabs on me. And it's a great way to keep a lookout for when I do post and upload new videos. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. Greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you all in Thursday's tutorial. Bye, my little unicorns.